Hello, everybody, again. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Chemisphere. I wanted to say really quick that I'm not sure how many of y'all are watching the Natureboy cult series, but I remember watching that from the beginning. And I haven't watched the series yet. I haven't really had the time or the guts or the true interest to click it to watch it because I watched it in real time. And I've heard a lot of people say that it's a lot that's left out of that story. Well, I had a twin sister, my spiritual twin. We're very, very, very close. I know her personally. She did go to Honduras with them, and she was big enough and brave enough and bold enough to pack her things and leave and not get caught up in that mess. And I'm proud of her for that. And I have, from the time I met her years ago, I have watched her grow so much in her life and in her spiritual journey. Her name is actually Ray. I won't give y'all her full name, but I don't know if she will be willing to come on and talk because anybody involved with that, with the Nature Boy series, they have big people. I'm sure they have big people reaching out to them, so they don't have to come and do like free little YouTube interviews and stuff like that. But I'm gonna see, even if she doesn't come on, she might be willing to. Well, she's actually shared her story with me because, like I said, this is somebody I know personally. So she shared, with me years ago, like what happened, why she left, and I don't really remember everything, but I do remember us talking about it. But if y'all would like, with or without Ray, if y'all would like to talk about the Nature Boy series on live, let me know. Comment on this video and let me know, and then we'll do a live just on that. I don't think we can watch it on live because it may have some copyright issues, and I don't feel like, getting no copyright issues. I did just get a violation for one of my last videos, but it wasn't a copyright. So they want me to go to YouTube school for 7 hours. I think it's like a 7-question YouTube school that I have to go through, but it's not a big deal. But again, if you're interested in the Nature Boy, situation, let me know and I will set up the live. And I love y'all. So we have an update. I waited to put this later in the video, but I did talk to Ray, my twin, my spiritual twin. She has agreed to come on live, come on StreamYard and talk to us and tell our story. Tell her story. I'm trying to see if I can find maybe at least one more person, but I'm not gonna put too much energy into that because I don't know the other people. I know Ray personally for a few years now, so the blessing is that she's very, very open to coming up and telling her story. So we're gonna be very respectful when she's on stage talking, and we will go over all of that the day of the live. We will get some, do's and don'ts and ifs and won'ts, so that people won't get muted and blocked. We want this to be a very good experience, a very educational experience, because unless you went there and you experienced it, then we don't know. She's a person that she went there, she lived it, she understands it, and she left. So yeah, so I will go ahead eventually. Soon I'm going to post the StreamYard link, the date, the time, and the StreamYard link. And thank y'all. Like, I'm really excited. Y'all know I get anxiety when I have to go on live, so I am going to have a little anxiety, but hopefully my moderators will show up. If you are a moderator, I can't think of this lady's name. She's one of my moderators on YouTube, and I can't find her number on WhatsApp, but if you know who you are, please, if you can show up, I would appreciate it. Now let's continue with this video that I already made. Because I know, I don't know if they brought up Yaya. I remember Yaya was one of the first people there. I remember Yaya. I remember how I remember Yaya. Yaya was probably one of my favorites. Then Velvet came. There was a few people there that I don't remember, like I think Mama D was the lady that passed away. I think that was her name. Omar, I remember him. Uh, I remember a lot of them. I remember some of them leaving and then going back. And then I remember when they just started getting crazy. Like, they first started off living in nature, sleeping in tents, like boo-booing on the ground and eating fresh fruits and vegetables. And one thing about the girls that I didn't notice in the guys was that the girls always started to get real skinny. Like, they looked malnourished. But I didn't really notice that in the men. And maybe because he really couldn't control a lot of the men, but I noticed that all the women started to just look seriously malnourished, even during pregnancy. So that's something I think I would like to talk about. I would like to discuss it. And then I was, like I said, they went from sleeping in tents to they couldn't have children, they couldn't reproduce, to having babies and becoming couples and getting drunk and getting high and fighting. It just turned into a whole bunch of chaos after so long. Them getting deported, and it was a lot. So at some point I stopped watching it. It just wasn't interesting to me anymore. When they were going through their drunk phase and he would be on camera talking for hours, and like the guy said, what y'all didn't see was that we would be behind the camera. Before he said before he would show us, he would only show himself. We will be behind the camera for hours just listening to him go on and on and on and on. And then they just went from carbonation to, I don't know, their names kept changing and all kind of things. It was so much, I don't even remember all the names that they changed to. Then I remember all the girls started rapping like they were Muslims. It was just so much. But I would love to talk about it. It would be a very interesting topic, a very interesting live. If you were a part of it and you would like to be a guest on screen, let me know. If you were somebody that thought about going, then let me know. Because there's some people that thought about going and they just didn't go, or maybe he didn't accept you, or whatever the situation is. Let me know. Leave me a comment here and let me know, and I will get back with you. I will also post my WhatsApp number, so if you want to call me personally, you can. To come outside, y'all. It's a nice little breeze out here, and the animals are out here. See, the animals are out here. But yeah, I wanted to say that I think one of the most heartbreaking parts of it that I saw was when she left Omar. And then she made up an excuse as to why she left him. And I think she said he had been hitting on her, or he had been doing something to her. But that was one of the most heartbreaking parts of that video. I think at the time they were in Atlanta. The second one was when her dad came to get her, and how she treated her dad, how she just, like, she didn't leave with her dad. And that just really broke my heart. And, you know, now her dad has passed away. I do watch her occasionally. I know that she is probably very broken because she keeps jumping in and out. She just keeps jumping in relationships, and I'm really not sure, and I don't know her. I can't ask her. I have no judgment against her, but I don't think Velvet has healed. I think she's functioning normally, as normal as she can, and taking care of her children, but these people are going to probably be damaged for life. Like, this is a lot. I heard one girl unalived herself. I don't know about that situation. If anybody does, hold it and bring it up on the live, because I don't remember. I must not have been watching him at that time, because like I said, after they started just being ridiculous and it wasn't about nature no more, I stopped watching, because, you know, I am a nature girl. I like to be in nature. So that's what caught my attention, is that they were living in nature, bathing in the streams and things like that. But yeah, so let's get this.
This is my issue. Is this woman knew I was polygamous when she met me. She knew how I rolled before I met her. I was in a polygamous relationship. I'm polygamous. I'm a man. I know what I am. When I was at, I know what kind of man I am. I'm not fit for one woman. I'm not a man like that. I might care for each one, but it's not my nature to be with one woman. Yet, I am a man.
Logically, sometimes to me, and I don't understand why I can't have my space.
How am I kicking her to the curb? How am I kicking her to the curb? Nigga, you know who I was. I ain't never lied to nobody. I'm me.
Yeah, you still want.
Have I ever lied to you?
No, and I know you are.
Have I ever said that I could be one-on-one with you forever? Am I?
Be that Natureboy wanted these men to be eunuchs. Wanted to cut their penises off so that they can just be a servant. And I'm like, bro, that's not realistic. How you gonna turn these men into eunuchs? That don't even make sense.
Game of Thrones, yeah, eunuch. Thrones like a
Weird, you know. So it never made sense to me why all the women had to be with one man when you got all of these other men out here who desire to be in relations, who desire to, like what is this? Like, this is weird. And it came out to be that Natureboy wanted.
After watching many of the videos, I decided to reach out to one of the people in the group who I thought I would have a natural, genuine, pure connection with. His name is Omek. 2 weeks had went by through our exchange of conversation, ideas, the mind, the heart, on a very spiritual level. I thought I found the love of my life. My mind was just like, gotta be with you, gotta be there, gotta be close to you. I want to see how this evolves in real life. I had never left the United States. I did not have a passport. So I put one foot in front of the other to get my passport. And I was like, I'm gonna go. I just absolutely knew that I was not coming back. I knew that this was the end of me ever experiencing being in the States ever again. After
and they're less than you, that shit ain't right. I do not agree with that shit. I do not support that shit anymore. I do not have a master teacher. Like I said, I posted something and I was like, I no longer have a master teacher because I'm to do it. Because it seemed like ain't nobody else gonna be real enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? I used to question a lot of shit, and that's why issues came up with me because he didn't like me questioning shit. But fuck.